welcome back to Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition. We are trying to find out if we are going to become a Grey Warden. It sounds like we will, but let's continue and find out. I'm going to go with So Am I to be a Grey Warden?
Yes, be proud, child. You are luckier than you know.
Thank you for everything, First Enchanter. I guess there isn't much left for me here. Perhaps the Grey Wardens will appreciate my talent more. I shall be sad to leave the circle. Nope, I'm going to be appreciated
You will
more.
have ample opportunity to hone your skills, I assure you. Come. Your new life awaits.
We're going on a trip. Where are we going? Never-ending loading screen.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen, I didn't expect a...
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Yes,
Allow me
this
to
is.
introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Can we skip the introductions? It's been a long trip. I am Katie Jane, Your Majesty. I'm no friend of yours, human lord. Can we skip the introductions?
I remind you that you speak to the King of Ferelden.
Don't worry, Duncan. You must both be eager to reach your tents. Have you any news before I go?
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well. It sounds like the blight is almost over. You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say.
Yeah,
Right,
probably.
Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field.
He seems
Alas,
cocky.
We've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do.
He's gonna
I
die,
must
isn't he?
go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured. He didn't seem to take the Darkspawn very seriously. Perhaps this isn't really a blight after all. Yeah, he didn't take it seriously.
True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us.
That's not good.
I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Then maybe we should move quickly. What would you have him do? Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly. You could if he were not such a fool. Do you think there's any danger? Yeah, he
Yet
seems
not
to...
enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
Okay, if you say so. What do you need me to do? What What do you mean? What ritual? A hot meal might be nice first. Yeah, what ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
What do you need me to do? Why is the ritual so secret? Am I the only recruit you have? Wonderful. Let's get this over with then. Am I the only recruit?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do? Why is this ritual so secret? Wonderful. Let's get this over with then. Why is it so
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Is this anything like the harrowing? Wonderful. Yeah, harrowing.
It is an ordeal. I'm sorry that you must endure another so soon.
Wonderful. Let's get it over with then.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. Well, let's look around. Is there anything we can grab? Anything interesting? Let's talk to this guy.
Make her watch over you, my lady. Make her watch over you, my lady.
Oh, do they all say the same thing? Don't mind if I take everything. Oh wait, our staff is gone.
As you desire.
Significant
Make her
skill.
watch over you, my lady.
Well, they all seem to say the same thing. Won't stop me from clicking on them all, but you know.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
One of these times, one's gonna say something else. I can feel it. Let's see what this one has to say.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Terran worries that may not be enough.
Well, he definitely said something different. What about you? What do you have to say?
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
I should go. What is the Tower of Ashal? Why is the tower off limits exactly? This is a pretty large ruin. Yeah, this is...
Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
Why is the tower off limits?
By orders of Terran Loghain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
What is this tower?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
I should go.
Make her speed your steps.
Speedy steps it is.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
I'll make a quick save. So, in case anything happens with the crashing problems, I don't have to worry about it.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
I
This place
am.
hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
I'm fine, thanks. Where's Dukin's tent? I'm looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair. Tell me about Ostengard.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Where is the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguard. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
The Circle of
A few
Magi is
mages,
here?
yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death.
For puppies?
Terrible.
I want to ask
Go
you
on,
something else. Where's Dukenstein?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
Looking for a Grey Warden named
Try heading
Alistair.
north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
Okay, I'll be on my way
Good luck
then.
to you then.
Oh, we got a bunch of codexes. Probably should read them, but go this way. Take a look.
Greetings.
Kingsguard.
King Kalen is not in his tent right now?
Persuade, tell me about the king. You must see him a lot. Do you know where the king is? Do you know where the
I
king
believe
is?
he's with the Grey Wardens in camp, drinking. He holds them in high regard, you know, as his father did.
Okay. Tell me
I
about
suppose
him.
I do, but it wouldn't be prudent to discuss the king's business with you.
Rude.
As you wish.
Rude. What about you?
You approach the tent of Tairn Logain. State your business.
I should go. Tell me about Tairn Logain. Is Tairn Logain inside? What is he doing? Yeah, is he inside?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
Okay. Surely you can tell me a little bit about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Tairn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Tairn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Tairn Logain tells him. Without the Tairn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
I'd like an audience
Don't
with
be
him.
absurd. He can't give an audience to everyone who walks up here, you know?
I have a message from the Grey
He won't be
Wardens.
happy about that. Hold on, I'll go get him.
Message is hi.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Yes, I am. How do you know that? I'm not a Grey Warden yet. How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
A fascination you don't share. No, I didn't know that. Yes, I've heard that. Fascination you
The
don't
Wardens
share.
are impressive, but not as relevant as Kaelin thinks. I hear you're from the Circle of Magi. First Enchanter spoke highly of you. A great achievement, for one so young. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I don't know. I certainly hope so. I hope not. I don't know.
If Kaelin has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't? He seems like a fool to me. You don't seem very fond of him. And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
Well. Let's see what's going on over here.
This wretched thing is a darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die. Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Has it been getting colder? Every
I have
day
great
seems
respect for
colder.
Vikings, unless they're from
Hail
Orlais.
to you.
How do you do?
Half our scouts have gone missing, they say.
Hail to you.
They're going to kill us all. Kill us and then eat us.
Well, all right.
Well, he seems very optimistic.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
I'm not eavesdropping. What are you looking at? Those people.
Bless my faith, I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the
Okay,
Fae.
well apparently you can't talk to her.
There's no darkness,
A
no death
bow!
will make us live.
I want to be an archer.
My faith sustains me. I shall not fear when hells and rivers shall set themselves against me.
Who else should we talk to?
There are lots of Darkspawn, different kinds.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I am ready to begin the joining ritual. I have some questions. No, I'm fine. I have some questions.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Okay. Well then, I guess I'm off to find him. What's going on over
You
here?
there, elf.
If you have
What's
business
your
with
name?
the Ash Warriors, I suggest you
It-
speak to
it's
our
Pick,
commander.
sir.
Go tell Turnlow Gain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss. Maker's breath, another elf. What do you want?
I just want to talk, that's all. I happen to be a Grey Warden human, not a servant. Not some servant. You have a problem with elves? Not some servant.
Congratulations. Not bad for an elf. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
I will leave you to your business. You don't look like the other soldiers in the army. Can I ask you something? You don't look like the
We
others.
aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What does that mean? I will leave you to your business. What is an ash warrior? But you're obviously not made of ash. Can I ask you something? You're not made of ash,
Our
but what
training
is
has
an
been
ash
passed
warrior?
down since Matthias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
What do you do? Can I hear the old tale? Oh yeah, can I hear
I
it?
am no bard, but I will do my best. Matthias was a plain tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Matthias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Matthias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
What happened to him? And they feasted on blood and lived happily ever after? So you descended from Clinton?
Not in this tale, friend. Matthias's prowess earned him the love of Morriganon, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Matthias was grieved. He sent Morriganon away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Matthias slew Morriganon in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day and gave Matthias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
An interesting legend, thank you for telling me. What happened to his wife? You could have just said he was the first Ash warrior. So he betrayed his wife and killed his lover. Yeah,
He was a great man with great passions. Perhaps you'll hear a more inspiring version in a tavern someday.
I should be going. So what do Ash Warriors do? What are you preparing for? Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies. But the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with Caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if the enemy is painted with Caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our Caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
Absolutely not. I hope you're joking. If the reward was right, why not? Absolutely not.
I hear death is unpleasant.
What are you preparing for?
Scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survives the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually.
Oh, no.
But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Am I gonna have to drink the blood? Is that the ritual? Wouldn't it be smarter to leave your dog behind?
They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children.
So what do Ash
We
Warriors do?
harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Is a dog that good in combat?
A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet, or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
Tell me of Luthus the Dwarf.
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Matthias was a claimed tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and
Okay,
brought
so
her
we
back to
already
his
heard
tribe.
this.
She taught Matthias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Matthias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
What happened to him? So you descended from
They were
Clane?
simply the first to be taught. Others were inspired by his death to follow his path.
Death usually isn't that inspiring. How did he die? An interesting legend. Thank you for
It
telling
was
me.
an honor.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Well, I'm going to leave this episode off here. Hopefully you're enjoying. The next episode, we will hopefully search more around this area. It looks like there's a lot to see, and then we do have the joining ritual. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!